What's happening, good people? It's your girl, 𝐬𝐸cia, with a little chat and chew for you. So you already know what we about to talk about. What about that money? Money. This whole month is about building wealth as a mindset. We got to get away from dollars and cents because dollars and cents spend fast. We got to get in a mindset of wealth so we can continue to build money, having multiple streams of income. So that's what we on this week. All right. So having said that, last week we heard from an entrepreneur, her challenges, the struggles that she's had. She's in the beauty industry. She gave some great nuggets about how to pour into your business, some of the setbacks that she's had as a young entrepreneur. And she told us how she got started paying for her business, pouring into her business, which is one way that a lot of people do it. Okay. So this week, we're going to talk with the market money maker, Miss Latrice Stokes herself. So before we introduce Latrice, let me give my disclaimer. You know, I got to put it out there so I don't get no dirty emails and all that stuff. So check this out. Everything that you hear or see on my show of that and me and my guest is our opinion. It is not to sway your opinion, but it's just to give you an alternate way of seeing things. Okay. The information that we provide here is only to help you to be a better you. Okay. So having said that, what can I say about Latrice? Like, oh my God, we have been friends forever. Like, she taught my daughter how to drive a car because, yeah, I wasn't gonna let Dominic kill me. We're like family, you know what I'm saying? And she has gotten into, making money and teaching other people how to make money the same way that she's done in trading. So I asked Latrice to come today to tell us her story and then to tell us how we can make money the way that she makes money. Again, additional source of income. All right. So, having said that, welcome to the show, Latrice Stokes. Woo, cheese. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh. Bishop, we made it. Bishop, we made it. We on TV. Okay, Treese. So tell us, well, not me, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me on your show. I'm excited. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for this whole new Keisha. This new version of you. I absolutely love it. So I'm excited. Yay! So like she said, we've been friends for a long time. I absolutely adore her kids. Her grandbaby. I just adore them. And so when I met Keisha, I was working as a dental hygienist. I graduated hygiene school 2005 from UNC Chapel Hill. Have 3 girls, and her daughter was my babysitter. Her daughter was my babysitter. Now my daughter is a babysitter.
That part. Even the last daughter who was in the tummy.
That's right.
When we met, you was pregnant with Chandler.
So it has been a long time. She's known me through ups, through downs, and the same as her. And so, this is a season of just reinventing yourself. And so some things happen that cause you to have to change. So when she's talking about multiple streams of income, only thing I can say is I wish I had that revelation a lot sooner.
Girl.
Wish I had. So, for me, stepping away from a career that gave me security and over into the field of entrepreneurship was very, very challenging. But it was something that was very necessary. And I have a free ebook that actually tells a little bit about my story, but I'll just touch on it a little bit. My middle daughter, was diagnosed with sickle cell disease at birth. And so she had been through some challenges with her health, blood transfusions for 9 years, a stroke at 4, just different challenges throughout the years. And so it came to a point that, I always want to know, hey, what's the step? Where we at with the cure and that type of thing. So fast forward to 2018, we went in the hospital for a bone marrow transplant. And anybody that's in health field, bone marrow transplant is very, very difficult. You have to go through very high doses of chemo in a short period of time. And so what was supposed to be 100 days in the hospital ended up being 5 months. So I took 6-month leave from my job, but I had already said, it's crazy, words are so powerful. When I left my job, I said, I'm not coming back here. Not knowing that what would happen to cause me to not be able to go back there. And so spending 5 months in the hospital was very, very difficult. But it helped me to put things into perspective. And so I realized, I said, okay, I got to find me another stream of income, because obviously I can't go back to work, because my daughter's, what I call her journey to a cure, was taking longer than I thought it would. What was supposed to be 100 days took actually almost 2 years. Excuse me.
Bless you, boo.
Sorry. It took almost 2 years for the cure.
God bless you again,
Always
boo.
come in pairs.
Yeah, get it. Snatch your soul back.
We live. It is what it is. And so 2 years. And so I said, I have to find another stream of income. So I was introduced to the foreign exchange market. Now, I'll say this. When I first got into it, I didn't know anything. Remember, I was a dental hygienist. Didn't know anything about the exchange markets. Didn't know anything about investing, stocks, none of that. And so I was really taking cues from other people who I thought were experts in the field. And they were like, hey, buy here, sell here, buy here. I was just losing money. And guys, I didn't have a job. I was losing money that I could not afford to lose. Just following, not understanding what I was doing, but just doing copy and paste. They just tell me what to do and I'm just doing it. And so it came to a point I was like, okay, I have to learn this for myself, because I'm just losing money and I need to know what it is. Why am I buying here? Why am I selling here? And so I took the time and I eat, sleep, drink. Every minute I had, I was in the markets, studying, watching videos, learning, practicing. Because I was home. I was taking care of my daughter. Everything that she had to get done at the hospital, I now had to do at home. She was still on a ton of medication. She was still on a feeding tube. She was still on IV, all those medications that I had to administer. She had no immunity, so we couldn't go anywhere. And you guys are talking about masks now. We've been wearing masks. Any immunity. So I took the time to learn this skill. And it has been such a blessing to me and to so many people, because now whatever I need, I have learned to tap into the largest exchange market in the world. Not the stock market, the foreign exchange market. And a lot of people don't even know about it. And it's the least expensive market to get involved with. I learned to trade putting $10 in an account.
Okay, stop, Trish, before you go on to all your little secrets about how to trade and all that other stuff. Like I gotta point out some things here, because it is no coincidence that you said you spoken into existence. You put it into the atmosphere. I shared a meme this week on, because we have a journal that's called, the name of the journal is Manifested Sis, and it's based off of Jeremiah 29:11. So that immediately came to my mind. But then it was a nugget that I shared a post this week that says, you cannot be an entrepreneur without faith. Then it took me back to Medina was on the show last week. And Medina said this, as an entrepreneur, you're going to lose money and then it's going to you're going to have to spend money. We were talking about the money that you have to put in. You know, you have to sow into your business. You have to do these different things, right? And the way Medina described it was, she said, you are tithing. That is your way of tithing to your business. Baby, you're gonna, when you tithe, you know, it's many different ways to tithe. It's not always money to the church. It could be your time, your talent, all these different things. And when she said it like that, again, it just brought what you said to mind and the meme that I saw, and it just put it all together. In order for you to have success, you have to have faith to be an entrepreneur. And you're right, Latrice, our generation, because again, we both come from the baby boomers are our parents. You know, we're Generation X. So we was raised, you get a job, you stay on the job until it's time for you to retire, and then you live off of that. And if you can't keep a job, you need to get the right job so you can pour into the 401k. And you know, when you get 65 and you get the doggone little SSI, whatever the thing is called, and then you can live off of that.
Whatever it is, we're not getting it, so we're not even worried about what it's called.
Right. Nobody taught us to have more than one stream of income, you know? So a lot of us, we got into this entrepreneur thing like you. Happenstance. Something happened. Something significant happened in our lives to say, you know what? I know it's got to be more out there. Let me see. Let me do my research. And I think it's important as an entrepreneur to understand that even if you go into business with someone else, you have to understand that you have to know the business that you're in for yourself. So don't ever depend on anybody. Knowing too much is never enough. Knowledge is power. So now I'll get off my soapbox and we're going to go into how it works. Okay, Latrice.
So something you said made me think about, you know, Bishop will always say people only change for two reasons: because they're made to or they want to. And so a lot of people have to, unfortunately, get our backs up against the wall before we say, okay. And then once you start to shift, now I'm seeing my purpose. You know, words that were spoken over me years ago, I'm walking in now. And I didn't walk into it until 2020. And so a lot of people get so afraid of things that are new. And they say, I don't know how to do that. I don't understand that. And we're in a generation where we don't want to try things new. We don't want to do anything new, but we want different results.
Right. And we're afraid of losing.
Yeah, you don't want to lose. But any successful person can tell you they failed many times before they succeeded. The only
Make
time
bad decisions.
Really
spend too much money.
If you stop trying, if you give up, then it's a failure.
That's absolutely right.
And so, you know, for me, failure is not an option. I have people that depend on me. I have people that I never even met that were depending on me, that were waiting to meet me. And so, and I realized that walking into learning this skill the way that I learned it and teaching it to others in a way that it's simple, because you can follow people and they like to show you how smart they are. Well, you do, you know, whatever. I don't know the proper terminology for this, that, but I'm gonna tell you this works. If you do X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, this works. And breaking it down in a way that is simple. And I've worked with so many individuals who have been able to retire from their job. I have a young lady who I work with, and she now uses the money from the market to pay her bills, her mortgage, her light bill, her phone bill. This is money from the market. I remember sitting in the chair getting my hair done, and I just went to the market to get the money I needed to pay for my hair while I was getting my hair done. People don't understand. This market moves $6.6 trillion every single day. Whether you decide to participate in it or not, it's gonna move. So your goal should be, how can I get a piece of that? How can I get just a crumb of that $6.6 trillion a day? there's not a shortage of money. And what I want
No,
people
ma'am, it's enough for all of us.
I want people to stop having this crab mentality, this greed. Oh, I don't want to tell you my secrets because like, listen, it's enough money for you to make, and it ain't gonna interfere with what I do one bit.
Not
So
one bit.
share. And so I came to the realization, okay, all right, I'm giving this information, giving away this information. I remember this one guy called me, Keisha, I kid you not. He called me, asked me to look at Bitcoin a couple years ago. I looked at it. He made $50,000 in a matter of an hour or so.
Wow. Wow.
In an hour. You know, I mean, he didn't break me off nothing, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I need to do that.
And people get so moved about money. Listen, if you can take your time, learn a skill, understand the markets, the money will come.
Yeah.
The money will come. People have to stop chasing it. It will come.
Right.
Learn the markets. And it doesn't take years and years and years. But it amazes me how people will spend 20 plus years on a job, but won't take 6 months to a year to learn a new skill.
You are absolutely right. That's why this series is called Wealth as a Mindset. Because I believe, it is my belief that it's not about dollars and cents. When you change your mindset and stop thinking dollars and cents, that's when you become wealthy. Yep. It's a mindset. It's like you said, when you learn about money, you understand money, and you respect money, you become wealthy. Like billionaires, I guarantee you they have more than one stream of income. I guarantee you that they are investing one way or the other. Like, even if it's not, cryptocurrency, learn the stocks, learn which stocks. I know when I started doing stocks, and I took the class on stocks, a class that I paid for. One thing the instructor said that stuck with me: you buy stocks and things that you purchase every day. So
exactly,
you own. So if I'm spending a lot of time at Amazon, not saying that I do, but if I'm spending a lot of time at Amazon, I need to have some Amazon stock. And you can best believe that split, I have several Amazon stocks. You know what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to change your mindset. Yes, it's going to cost you money to make money. And you may very well lose a little bit. But if you learn, like you said, if you educate yourself and you learn it, you know that in some of these stocks, you may lose it, but it'll double back over if you just wait a little bit while longer. That's it. Just put the time in, put the education in, and know when to pull out, when to just let it sit. Yeah, you might lose a few little dollars here and there, but in the end, you're gonna make that money back. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to learn and understand what the money is doing for you, and allow it to make you more money. You know what I'm saying? So
put your money to work.
So I had a question here. Where is the best place to begin investing in stocks? So I'll let you answer on behalf of cryptocurrency first, Latrice.
Okay. So when it comes to investing in anything in the markets, and I'll say this, Kecia, I teach market structure. So the way that I teach market structure, it doesn't matter what you're trading. It doesn't matter if you're investing in stocks. It doesn't matter if you're investing in crypto, if you're investing in the foreign exchange market. It does not matter. The markets read the same. Okay. So if you can learn, the market it moves three ways. It moves up, down, and sideways. Okay, so that's all the markets do. It doesn't matter what you're trading. So the goal would be, instead of saying, okay, when do I get into this stock? When understand what the market, understand what the trend is, understand what the market is doing, understand the patterns, and that's going to help you know, okay, let me get into this particular market because I know overall it's going to be doing this.
Right.
And so you
the
can
whole history of the stock.
Yes.
Know when the dips are, when the highs are. So you're kind of expecting.
You look at the dollar, what the dollar is doing. So the dollar is whatever the dollar is doing is going to dictate a lot of things. Even people who have 401k, a lot of people, if you check your 401k, it may not be as much as you had in there because it's moved by the markets.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
They have the confidence and they just let it sit there because their job is usually with their job and they never check it. And it's influenced by the markets. If the dollar
Right.
drops, your 401k drops. So you don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. Don't just
Right.
depend on that 401k. You're going to be lost. So the
Right.
best way to kind of learn about investing, for me, it was finding a mentor. Because I can read a book, I can watch a video, I can do all of that. But honestly, when you're learning something new, you want to be able to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
How do I
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because I can look at this, but I might not understand. There is that learning curve, especially when you're a certain age. You're going to have to get over that learning curve.
Go ahead and say it. Old like us. I had to take a class. I was over 40 when I took that class about stocks. Okay. I needed to ask questions. Help me,
Like
help
Keisha
myself.
was saying, taking classes. I took a continuing education class, and it does not have to be stash. I'm not familiar with stash.
So stash is kind of like Robin Hood or what's the other one? Trade
So that's
something.
the platform
E-Trade.
that
It's
you
kind of
actually
like that.
put that's the platform that you actually buy your stocks. Stash. If it's like Robinhood, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So those are places where you can buy stock. And so what Keisha was saying, like when she said looking at stocks, like I buy Apple products. So I'm gonna buy Apple stock. I shop on Amazon. So I'm gonna buy stock in Amazon. I search on Google. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
buy stock in Google. You
Yeah,
know,
by the way,
so
Google
it's
is about to split, but y'all didn't hear that from
I'm
me.
waiting on that.
You
I
hear
told
me?
you it's gonna
Hello,
be the first
2
week
more
of
days,
July.
1 more day, as a matter of fact.
Trust me, I know. And so when you start getting into stocks, that's a good thing to do. If you use Zoom, buy stock in Zoom. If you're on Facebook, buy stock in Facebook. So whatever it is that you purchase, you have the confidence to purchase in, then that's something you can start buying stocks. And you don't have to put uh thousands of dollars in it. You can
Thank
buy
you.
a percentage of
Mhm,
the stock.
mhm.
Now I'm going to
And
tell
you can do that. You can buy a certain and all these little apps allow you to buy a certain percentage. Say like if
you,
you get paid every 2 weeks, all
you
right.
just
So
put
like
some.
let's talk about Amazon. Amazon right now is still in the split.
Mm-hmm,
But say it let's talk about Google. Google hasn't split yet. So the Google
mm-hmm,
stock is a little over 2 G's.
right.
So say the Google was not scheduled to split, right? And
Mm-hmm,
you wanted to buy stock in Google, you can schedule in these different ones. At least
mm-hmm.
I know you can on Amazon, Robinhood,
You
and
can.
E-Trade.
Yeah,
You can
you can.
schedule that every time you get paid, so
Mm-hmm,
much money is going to go into your account until
mm-hmm.
you can purchase,
A full
if you
share.
want to buy 3 stocks,
Yeah,
and it's $2,000. It'll
yeah,
just keep going in there until you get to that $6,000 mark and you get those three, and then you could stop the automatic payment from going
yeah,
in there, and then you can move on to the next stock.
yeah.
But it takes sacrifice. It takes like, okay, this might be my shoe money because I know this is, this stock. I want
It
this
might
stock
be
right
my
here, which is
my
going to
Starbucks
benefit me
money.
in the long run.
Right.
So in the end, I could invest, $6,000 now and 20,000 on the end part I get. I
Mm-hmm,
could buy a whole lot of shoes with $20,000. So,
right. Right.
you got to think about it. Again, it's a mindset. You
Yeah.
can't think about it like dollars and cents. If you're
Right.
thinking dollars and cents, then you're not thinking about building wealth. And
Right.
that's the mindset we should have as a community, is building wealth. You should
Right.
not be making. I was reading something today that said on this I'm in a stock trading group called Stilettos and Stocks on Facebook.
Okay.
Um and I read an article that somebody had put in there and said there are a lot of Americans. It gave a percentage that said people that are making over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. And I understand it depends on where you live. So like for instance, here in the DMV, making over $100,000 is a possibility that you could be still living paycheck to paycheck if you're not living to according to what the money that you bring in. Like if you know that you live in paycheck, you making $100,000 and the cost of living is here is high, you can't go out buying a Mercedes or a BMW. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that money saved in a clinch, that you could say, if something happens to me, I'll still be able to, so obviously that's not you if you live in paycheck to paycheck. So we got to get out of that mindset that, oh, well, I can't spend money on this because, you have to invest in your future and what you want. It's not going to happen right away. And sometimes you have to be patient with it. But again, that's all about your mindset. So I'm sorry, Latrice, I just said
you're fine. So there's a saying that this guy would say, when you spend money, it ends for you and begins for someone else. So we're not in the business of spending money. We're in the business of investing. We're not in the business of saving and hoarding. We're in the business of investing. And when you're investing, your money is now working for you. You're no longer, because when you're working a job, this one lady told me, she's an investor. She's a real estate investor. She's a stock investor. And she said, when you go on your job, the first thing you should think about when you start a new job is your exit plan. That's the first thing you should be thinking. What's my exit plan? Because you're gonna, whether you're working a job or you're an entrepreneur, you're exchanging time for money.
That's right.
So entrepreneurship allows you to get your time. If you start thinking of time as currency, because it is currency. So your time is currency. Your money is currency. These are all things that are moving. It's just a matter of how you're going to spend it. Because we have to be good stewards of your time and of your money, not just your money. People think stewardship just goes for money. No. If you're sitting here and you're in front of the TV all day, you work, you're like, I'm tired, I worked all day. Okay, you worked at 9 to 5. Now it's time to work on you from 5 to 9.
And that goes back to, I think a lot of people, they don't realize that when you go, if you're still working a job and you go into entrepreneurship, hunty, I'm here to tell you that when you get off that job where your time is currency, because you're giving these people time to get a currency from them every 2 weeks. And if you're working towards you being your time, you're creating your own currency, then you have to be willing to, all right, forfeit. This is what I normally would do. I would normally come home, take a shower, kick my feet up. Okay, but no. Now I have to do social media content. Now I have to do homework on what's the next stage up. Because entrepreneurship is no different than you being in the corporate world. You're in the corporate world, you're thinking about, how am I going to get the next pay raise? How am I going to get to the next level? It's the same thing with entrepreneurship. You have to have that same tenacity for what you believe in and what you believe is your purpose, as you do for going on that job and working those hours to get that paycheck. You have to have that same tenacity. If you do not, and you're waiting for someone else to do it, you're not going to build wealth. You're not going to build wealth. You're just not. Sometimes you have to say, okay, I can't go hang out because I got to do X, Y, and Z. I got a big sale coming up. Like, it's plenty of things I be wanting to do, but you know what? I have to tell my girlfriend, look, I got to go home and I got to do this. This is on the schedule for the night. That's what I have to do because I'm trying to build my brand. So yes, and there is no one else to do it but me. If I had somebody else, then we could, divvy up the time, but there's no one else. So you have to pour as much into you as you do going to someone else's job, pour into, because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, when you're working for somebody else, you're making them money.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're giving you a small piece of the pie, which is your paycheck, but you're really making them money. You're building your currency for them, just like you said. You're making them money. So why not put that same energy into you? Whatever your passion is, whatever you feel your purpose is, put that same energy into you. You have to change your mindset from cash, dollars and cents, to wealth. What can I create for my generation that's coming behind me to pick up and continue on?
Yes, because there's a saying: if you don't learn how to make money in your sleep, you'll work until the day you die. You'll work till the day you die. And who wants to do that? For example, I put trade in last night. It was made almost $200 while I slept. I woke up to over $200, almost $200 more in my trading account. I didn't work for it. Bloop bloop. These are things you have to learn how to do, and it's not about how much I can put all this money. You don't have a plan. Trading, it doesn't matter what trading is. 90% mental. It's only 10% skill. I tell people all the time, I cannot teach you how to make money. I can teach you how to trade. I can teach you how to read these markets. But whether or not you make money, it's on you.
Yeah, because not just that, trading requires patience.
Patience. People want this instant gratification. They want this microwave money. It takes patience. And a lot of people don't have it. And like I told you, even with the job, you're patient on your job. You go through a 90-day, what is it? When you start a new job, like a 90-day grace period or whatever it's called.
Probation period.
Yeah.
Probationary period.
Look, I'm all out of the loop. But you have no patience when it comes to, because you want wealth right now. You wait 2 weeks to get your paycheck, but you want that wealth right now.
That goes back to the mindset, because the mindset is dollars and cents, not wealth. Wealth is building. Wealth is like, for instance, think about wealth this way. You remember the little nursery school rhyme, the three little pigs?
Mm-hmm.
So you had one little pig who put his house together with straw, put his house together, boom, like that. And then what the other little pig put his house together with?
Sticks or something.
Well, he built his fast too. Then you had a third little pig who was slabbing for them bricks.
Mm-hmm.
It took him longer, but guess what? When that stone came, who house was standing?
You had the straw, the sticks, and the bricks.
The pig with the bricks.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at it like this: you're building. So you laying them bricks. You taking your time laying them bricks, and you're building your future. You're building your purpose. You're building that mindset.
Yeah. And a lot of people are shooting arrows with no goals at all. They just blindly, I just want to make money. But why? What you want to do with it? You got to give it an assignment. So what is the average amount that you start with? So when you're investing in anything, it doesn't matter if you're doing the stocks, the Forex, crypto, it doesn't matter. You invest what you can afford to lose. That's my rule. You don't invest your bill money. You don't invest your daycare money, rent, none of that. Whatever you can afford to use. If you can afford to lose $50, then you invest $50.
Invest your McDonald's money, your Starbucks money. And when you start seeing that money make money, you just keep rolling it back in there till it grows and it grows and it grows to where you done made so much money. Now you can start, like Latrice said, I'm making my hair money because the bills done paid for. This is extra. This is me. I can put a little bit in the bank and I can go get my hair done.
Yeah, it's just, we have to start thinking of not right now, but our future. What are we planning for? For me, trading is a tool. This is not my career. This is not my job. It's a tool. And when I say it's a tool, it's what I use to fund other projects that I want to do. I have a lady that I trained that was in my classes. She was a She was a charge nurse. Now she's retired and she uses money from the market to purchase her real estate.
Wow.
Cash. Understand?
Yeah. If I had the patience, honey.
She pays cash for her real estate. She travels all over. She doesn't have to go to the banks. She is the bank. If you have a bank account, you're already participating in the Forex market.
Ain't that what the Bible say? You will become the lender and not the borrower.
The banks
Yeah,
are
his head,
trading.
you just put $50 on it and boom. This
The
ain't the
banks
lotto.
are trading
And you
your
know
money.
how
Yeah.
much the odds is in winning the darn lotto?
Mm-hmm. The banks are trading your money. They have a foreign exchange division in the banks. You're just not seeing the benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're able to get these loans, but you know, with the interest rates being, you know, whatever the interest rates are. But the point is, they're getting 8-9% return on your money in investing, and they're giving you a 0.001% return interest in your bank. You never even see. You probably never even see that. And so
That's why I always tell people your savings account should be, what is it, 3 times your rent, your bills or whatever, and that's it. Because you're not making no money putting
you're not making
thousands and
money. That
triple
money is
thousands and
not
thousands
working.
into a base savings account. And
Yeah.
even if you go into a money market account, it's still it's still not that much money on interest in any bank account.
No,
Just my 2 cents.
it's not. It's, you know, and there are a lot of people who don't keep most of their money in the bank. They keep their
Yep.
money in other investment accounts and not banks, because for that same reason, because they want their money to work for them. They want their money
Right.
to grow.
Right.
And your money is not growing in essence. Now, this is my opinion. You can keep your money in wherever you want to keep your money, whatever financial institution you want to keep it in. But these are facts. So once you have information, then you do whatever you want to do with the information. But when it comes to the foreign exchange markets and the crypto space, you always want to make sure that your goals are to learn. I tell people, they say, well, how did you get to where you're consistent? Well, I didn't start off with the goal of making money. I started off with the goal of learning. So once I focused on learning the skill, I wasn't worried about how much money I could make. Let me just learn. And so once I learned it, then I focused on being consistent. And then once I became consistent, then I focused on being profitable. In that
And
order.
I can say the same thing with me about stocks.
Mm-hmm.
My initial desire, because I knew that I didn't want to learn to become a day trader, because a day trader is watching that stock market constantly, every day, every second, every half hour, every hour. I knew I didn't want that mindset.
I ain't got that
So I wanted to learn how I could put my money in there and let it make money and then come out and go back. How was I going to do that?
Right.
And so that's why I learned the stock market. And right now, I'm not, well, at this point, I am in the position to buy stocks to make money because I understand the stock market now, like splits and dividends. I understand that now. I understand, all right, if I'm looking at a stock, these are the certain things I need to look at for the history and understand, when the dips are and why does it dip and what's going on with the company. Is this a good investment? And I get around like-minded people who want to know and understand the same things that I do, so we can communicate that with each other. Again, you're constantly learning. It's not I learned that, so I'm good. No, you're constantly learning, because again, your mindset is not dollars and cents. Your mindset is building wealth.
And it takes time. It takes time. You're not going to build wealth in a year. It takes time. That's just not realistic. So, and when you're actually doing, when you're talking about, how you focused on learning and those type of things, I'm the type of trader, you have to know your personality. So one of my lessons, one of my classes on my course, it teaches you about your personality, trading your personality. I don't have the personality to sit there and watch the charts all day. I have to be able to set it and forget it. I have to be able to see the pattern, see my target, see my entry, all these things, and then execute and just wait. And I don't watch it. I put my trade in last night, like I told you. My trading went to sleep because I saw what I saw, and I said, I don't need to watch this. And so you have to know your personality. Mm-hmm. You have some people who get a high on just
absolutely.
And that's fine because there's a trading style for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trading style for every personality. Mm-hmm. You just have to know your personality. If you're the type of person who need that rush and you can make split decisions like that, then there's a trading style for you. If you're the person who say, you know what, I just want to get up in the morning and make my money for that day and be done, there's a trading style for that.
Yeah, that's how my auntie is.
Yeah, so
she'll watch, she'll trade, she'll sell, mm-hmm. she'll buy, and she got a cutoff.
Yeah.
And when she make that cutoff,
you have to.
You ain't got to worry about her looking at that telephone no more.
Exactly. You have to say, okay, I want to make $200 a day. Once you make your $200, you done for the day, you move on to something else. But then greed creeps in. And so we talk about that. I teach about that. Greed creeps in, and you're like, oh man, it's going to keep dropping. Let me get in another position. And then what happens? You give the market money back to the market, mm-hmm. plus interest. And that's when you start to lose. So that's where the mental comes in. Because once I learned how to be consistent and profitable, I took a week and I didn't trade anything. All I did was mindset. Mm-hmm. I put my earpods in and I listened to everything, anything that was positive, I was listening to it. If it was something negative, if somebody called me was negative, I gotta go. If somebody's in my house, we're not talking about that. I made sure everything that came in was positive because I had to work on my mindset. So that now I understood how to be profitable. I didn't want to get greedy. I want to stick to my rules, stick to my goals, and then get in and get out and be done. So I have to discipline myself.
That's, you drop a powerful nugget right there, Latrice. Like, I have this saying that I say that what you think is what you speak. What you speak comes from what's in your heart. What's in your heart is how you're going to behave. So that was an excellent nugget when you said, I didn't want to be greedy. I learned and I just took 1 week and I said I wasn't, going to do anything. I'm going to just let my money make money for me. But I'm not going to allow anything negative to come into my space that's going to deter the outcome that I'm expecting. Mm-hmm. Going back to, you cannot be an entrepreneur without faith. Because when you think about it, being an entrepreneur is faith because you're walking into the unknown. You're just believing that this thing that's in my head that I wrote down and made plain is going to be successful.
If you don't work, you don't eat.
That's great. That's a nugget. That's a nugget.
As an entrepreneur, you don't work, you don't eat. You go to your job, you're gonna get paid if you go to work. I can't be like, let me just now. Granted, you do have to take self-care and mental health days, and you have to make sure you're not so consumed. You have to balance it. Right. And so I made a decision that on the weekends, I won't do anything with the market. That's my family time. So I didn't take calls. I didn't answer emails. I didn't do any of that on the weekend. And when I'm working, my phone is on do not disturb. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I'm not strong enough to ignore my calls and not get on there and start chit-chatting.
Right. You got to understand, like you said, know your strengths.
And so I put my phone do not disturb so I don't get distracted. And so somebody asked about, now I do have a digital course where I teach trading.
And we're going to put that in the comments, you guys. Hold on, let me turn my speaker down. We're going to put all Latrice's information on my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel tonight after the show. If you want to get into foreign trade, the foreign market, let me tell you, Latrice is the person that you want to talk to, because I have seen the people like, oh my God, Latrice, you made me so much money. I mean, at one point I was like, Latrice, you need to teach me how to do this. But then it was like, oh, I ain't got the patience for it. My adult ADD will kick in, and I'm like, what the heck is my $50? Well, it's different with the stocks. My stocks, I buy a few stocks. I let them sit there because I'm looking on the long run. I'm one of those type persons that buy stocks that's going to make me money in the end. So yes, we're going to put Latrice's information down here because I want everybody in our community to have a mindset of wealth and not dollars and cents. Because do you know that let me get it right, because Pastor Bryant said it. In the African American community, I think the dollar stays in maybe like 2% longer, less time than it does in any other culture. Like our dollar doesn't stay within our community, In other words, we get money and we're quick to go out and and not keep our money within our community. And there's so many entrepreneurs out there that are doing great things. So just like there are good entrepreneurs in other communities, there are good and bad entrepreneurs in our community. Absolutely. But you have to be willing to take that chance. So and read reviews and understand all of that. Like there is so much to it, and it's really just a mindset. Like it's really just a mindset, because we'll be quick to say, oh, because I know sometimes I'll get aggravated too, and I'll be like, God dang it, customer service is bad and this, and I don't understand why people like blah, 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 blah. But then it's like, hold up, bring that back. That might be a bad that was a bad experience. Let me go over here and try this person. That person gives me great service, and I'll keep coming back. Like right now, when it comes to my businesses, all my money goes to within our community. My marketing, all of that goes within my learning the stocks in my community. And if you want to learn the stocks and get referrals and references, and she also does a class, you need to join Stocks and Stilettos on Facebook. I don't know if men could get in it, but I mean, if you wear a stiletto, who the hell am I to say no?
I'm sure I'm looking it up.
I'm saying, but I do know that, that's where I learned. That's the class I took. There are seminars out here. Like it's a lot of information out here. You just gotta be able to research it. Classes, Eventbrite, you can find a lot of local activities on Eventbrite. Like today, I sent one to my girlfriend because I know she's trying to start a contracting company, and the Small Business Center here in Maryland, they give different classes to get you certified in order to, get contracts from the government. I sent that to her like, hey, you got to be able to pay it forward. Again, you can't just hoard the information. What you call that? Gatekeep. You can't gatekeep. Like you got to be able to. You being the smartest person in your circle is not a good thing. So you got to be able to pay it forward, and that's a lot of the reasons why I have the shows that I have, because I want the opportunity for people to see that there are people that are achieving the things that you may be thinking that you want to achieve. Here's the resource. Go ahead.
Right.
Do it.
Right.
Do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right?
We have to get out of this.
Like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you, when you become rich, I want you to be like, you know what? I'm gonna give Kecia $1 million because I got 17 billion. So I'm gonna give Kecia $1 million because she puts me on. You know what I'm saying? Pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm here for. So
yeah. And get out of the mindset that I want everything for free or give me the hookup. But I mean, it took the people who are giving you this information, it took something to get it. It wasn't free. It wasn't free information for me. It wasn't free information for Kecia. It took money. It took time. It took sacrifice. It took many late nights, sleepless nights. I mean, learning for to what? To be able to educate our community, to be able to give back, to be able to, I used to say, I want to change the face of investing. When somebody think of an investor, you don't think of somebody that looks like me,
right,
as an investor, an educator in this field. You don't think of anybody that's going to look like me. And so it's just about changing the face so that, people, and I
absolutely.
work with teenagers. And honestly, they're my favorite because they don't have that fear. They don't have that reservation. They just go. They're ready. They're like,
And they're
okay,
eager. Like
yeah.
these generations, like the millenniums on, like they want to know. They ask the
They
like
don't want to
our
work for
generation,
nobody.
you do as I say.
Yeah.
Period. This generation, they like, why? Why I gotta do that? How is it gonna help me? You
Yeah.
sure it's no better way to do this?
Right.
And then that's a good thing. And that's also
Mhm.
why I have stepped out into the realm of business coaching. It's because, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the lessons that I have learned, I had to research. I had to tack on to people who are millionaires and billionaires
Mhm.
that I was blessed to come into my circle to learn how they do it. So
Mhm.
now I want to pour back into people that are in the positions that I was in as a young entrepreneur, putting money out there and losing it and learning all these hard lessons, even though I wasn't going to quit. So, yeah, you're going to have to learn some lessons, but it's people out here who are going to help you not have to have so many hard lessons.
Right.
Let's help you to learn and do better from
Right.
the lessons that you have already created for yourself. So that's really my passion in going into business coaching, is because I want to help out. And no, I'm not going to be, it's not a lot of money, for me to do it, because it's my passion to help. Because business coaching is like, baby, like you can make a lot of money out of business
That's
coaching,
huge.
but
It's amazing.
making money, it's not about dollars and
That
cents.
wasn't
It's
the
really
goal.
about educating you
Mhm.
so that you can have a different mindset, which will help you to build wealth.
Mhm.
And that's what I want to do. I want to give back what, unfortunately, I didn't have
Mhm.
2016 when I first started my first business by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, yes, I do have a passion for helping people when it comes to businesses and, following their purpose. And because a lot of people who become entrepreneurs, it's not always about money. It's because that's their passion. Their
Right.
passion is beauty. Their
Right.
passion is, design and making women feel beautiful and making men stand out, and clothes and perfumes and whatever their passion is. So yeah, I want to be able to help people who are working other jobs, and this is creating another stream of income for them, and they don't have somebody there to say, okay, do you have this, do you have that, make sure you have this, give me all your receipts, let me keep your receipts in line for you, let me make sure your taxes are ready, are you investing, this is the money that you made, so what are you going to do with it,
Mhm.
like, how are you going to spread your money thin? Like I remember that I used to see when it about the business credit, and you see people on Facebook, oh, I got me a G-Wagon in my business, in my business name. And it's great. It's great to do those things, but it comes with a consequence. So you just can't be focused on, hey, I got this business, I can create this business credit, this line of credit, and I could go get me a G-Wagon. Like it's there are consequences, there are understanding. So again, if wealth is your mindset, you're not going to run out just because your business made $50,000 and say, I'm gonna go out and get me a G-Wagon in my business name, because you want to
Still got that
build
poverty
wealth. Like,
mentality.
for instance, with Super, and I always bring her up because I have followed her throughout this whole process. She didn't go out and splurge and stuff. It took a lot before she even moved out of the house she was in for so long,
Mhm.
because she wanted to build that wealth. She was a millionaire, and she was making improvements on the house that she was already in. You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So you have to change your mindset, when it comes to building wealth versus I want dollars and cents. So here, Sarah Thompson said, even though I'm not an entrepreneur because I'm still in the military, but that doesn't stop you from becoming an entrepreneur. But we're going to go ahead. But I'm afraid to get out because I don't know what's next. You guys bless me, and now I can figure things out. Listen, Santi, listen, I went through the same exact thing. Like, I was America's, epitome of a soldier. Like, but when I got out, it was a shock to me. Like, that comfort, that security wasn't there no more. I had to figure out what I liked, what was my purpose. Because prior to that, the military was all I knew. The military was my security blanket. But I didn't know what I liked outside of the military. I didn't know what my purpose was after the military because I never thought that far. I had all these degrees and I had all this experience. And like now, yeah, I love what I do. I love being a logistician, but I also love helping people. So now I'm in a place where I'm about to step out on my own and do what I feel like is walking in my purpose and following my dreams. This is what, but I went through the same thing. And I had to figure out who I was outside of the military. And I would tell anybody who is in the military, before you get out, that last 18 months, when they don't really bother you, you need to get in touch with who you are. Who you are, because you are more than that uniform. You are more than that title before your name. When you get out, people are not going to cater to you the way, and I say cater because, that's my lingo now because I am officially a civilian. But people don't care what your rank was. Corporate world does not care. Like, I know when I went into corporate world, I didn't tell people I was in the military. I didn't tell people unless they found out some kind of other way. I never told people that I was in the military. I didn't bring military paraphernalia and put in my desk. I just didn't do that because I was still searching for who I was outside of the Army. I needed to learn who I was. And once I learned who I was, what my passions were, my whole personality changed. Like Latrice said in the beginning, I love this Kecia because this Kecia and who Kecia was in the Army, girl, two different people. Two different people, baby. Two different people. Okay. I live life to make me happy. I do what's important to me. Not that I didn't do that then, but you understand, as a leader, we put our family and our soldiers first. So when there's no more soldiers and your daughter becomes of age, which she probably is about now, it's just you left. Crickets. So you gotta figure out what's for you, and you can't let fear stop you. So we gotta stop manifesting fear. So we gotta stop saying fear. 2, you need to start working on what's important to you. What's important to me? What do I like? And it cannot have anything to do with camouflage or children. It has to do with you. You have to find you. Call me.
Because I know for me, when I couldn't go back to work, I was depressed for months because I had identified with what I did. What I did was who I was. I'm like, I was the first one to graduate from college, and my family had this amazing career, this license, this degree from this amazing school, and I couldn't do it. It's one thing to leave a job on your own, but it's one thing when you're forced and you can't even do what it is that you've been doing for 14 plus years. It was like, I can't do it anymore. And I was depressed because I didn't know what to do or who I was outside of what I did. And so I was depressed for months. And so, I had to reinvent myself. I had to become another version of me, a better version of me. And, it definitely.
Let me tell you, version 2 is always better.
It's so much better because I'm open to change. I'm
Mhm.
open to learning new things, meeting new people, doing new things, and I don't have the pressure of, oh, what are people going to say? What are people going? I don't care. I don't care what people say. I wear my hair however I want to wear my hair,
Come on, Trees. Come
and
on.
I don't have to worry
Right now,
about.
y'all need to see Trees here. Trees, turn and let the people see.
I mean,
Y'all gotta see
hold
this.
on, let me see.
Y'all see that right there, baby.
So I can
Y'all
do
think
this.
this head could pull that off? Y'all think this head could pull that off right there? Cause you know I got a little bit of clips right here.
Now that's cute. Now that's fine.
But let me tell you, let's cut all this right here off, baby. Baby, I'm gonna be somebody fine ass mama walking around here.
There's
Oh,
a freedom. Yeah, there's a freedom that goes along with knowing who you are. A lot of people say, "I know him," but do you really? Because there's a freedom that goes along with it. Knowing who you are and walking in your purpose is like your grace to do certain things, and people don't understand how you able to do that. It took them this long time because I've been graced to do something because I'm in my purpose. So I have grace. So when I'm looking at the market, I always say I look at it with fresh eyes. So you may see something, but I see what I see, and God has graced me to be able to do it. So when you're walking in your purpose, there's a grace that goes along with what it is that you're doing, and it looks to everyone else like you're doing it with ease. So outside,
and don't frown upon someone pouring into you because they see something greater. Because at the time you don't understand that grace. Don't miss your blessing.
Yeah, and I've been so fortunate to be able to connect with so many people. My pastor is in my corner, and just because they see something in me that I might not have seen, but now I'm walking in it. And so I, just like he just said, we do this to pour into other people. Honestly, I didn't have to create a course. I can go to the market, trade, make my money, and take care of my poor no more.
Not worried about it.
But I wanted to be able to create something, a safe place where people can actually learn, because I've seen so many platforms where people, the whole goal is making money. This is the goal, making money. But
dollars and cents.
Make money. But do you really? I've had people say, I'm getting on these calls and I'm taking these things, I'm trading, I'm making some money, but I just don't know what I'm doing. What's the point? Because if that platform goes away or that person goes away, then what are you going to do? You don't have the skill to continue to carry on. So if you left your job, you're going to go back to work. Because now you're a slave to whoever providing you with whatever you need to make the money. And so,
and you helping them by going to work every day. They making billions and billions of dollars.
Right. And so they understand something. They know how to do it. They took the time to learn it. And instead of teaching you, they just saying, here, make this money, put this in, make this money, make this money. And it's just a different. And so I wanted to create a safe place where people can learn the skill and learn the system that work. How do I know it work? Because I've seen it work, not just for me, but for so many other people. I've seen it work. I've done this for a few years before I even decided to do a course, because I've seen the results that so many people have had just from applying it. Because I can teach you ABC, X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't matter if you never do it.
That's right.
There's not, what is it? Knowledge is power. No, applied knowledge is power. Because you can know anything, but you never do it, and what's the point?
Nuggets all over the place. Chicken nuggets for everybody. Call Chick-fil-A.
Because this is a when you start getting into these markets, whether it's stock, it's a community, because you're going to start attracting different people. And I remember when the pandemic hit and people were like, oh man, I cannot pay my rent, I cannot pay my mortgage, this and that. And I was like, what?
And then turn around and be broke.
I was thinking, and me, because I'm in this space, I'm like, man, the federal government just gave 0 interest to the banks. Let me see.
I'm gonna invest this.
Let me make a phone call, because I had only been in my house for 2 years. So what did I do? I went and got that savings, and they dropped my interest rate, cut me a check, and I didn't have to pay my mortgage for like 3 months because I refinanced for a lower interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
And I only been in my house 2 years. I was winning. My mortgage is under $1,000 a month. I have a house, over 2 acres of land.
You hear me? Like,
And that's
that
what
was my
I did.
whole thing with it. It was like, you getting all this money. You know you getting, why not invest it? Like, let that money make money for you.
Yeah.
I was frustrated with people that got all this money, and then after the fact, they like, I'm struggling. How, bro? How? How are you struggling?
Because it
That's
wasn't
not wealth
paying
as
their
a mindset.
bills,
That's worried
but
about
they were,
dollars and cents.
yeah, they were
It should be
told,
no way that you are struggling. You
yeah,
didn't have to work. You getting triple the amount of money that you was getting when you was working. Why not be smart and let it, bro? If I could have got one of them checks, a sister like me didn't get a nary, a stopping, whatever them things was called. I didn't get a one.
but it was,
And my offsprings got one. I didn't get one. I should have got one for having them.
they was grown by now, so that's why.
That.
But that's the thing. It's not that people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So, but when you know better, you do better.
Better.
So this is what Keisha's platform is all about, exposing the information to you. So now that you have the information, now it's your responsibility to act on it.
Yeah.
So whether
Absolutely.
it's, I'm gonna just hear this, if you don't be just hearers, hear the word,
Doers.
hear. Huh?
Gotta be doers.
Gotta do something with the information that you're given. You know. Can I teach you how to understand the markets? Absolutely. I have a class going on right now that just started this week of students who are learning the market step by step, basics to advance.
And understand,
I'm not
and
teaching
I'm
them how
pretty
to make
sure,
money.
Latrice can speak on this. Like, when you learn these things and you become proficient and your mindset for wealth happens, our pastor, because we went to the same church, one thing that they've always preached about, and it has never left my mind, is it's about connections. If you're connected to a good source, it's all about connection. So guess what I'm going to do? Any person that I'm close to, that's within my circle, and they connected to me, they're going to win too.
Exactly.
This is going to pour into the mindset of my children, because my kids tell me all the time, oh, I can't wait till I get to the point where, well, you keep working hard. You keep listening to mama. You keep doing the things that you're doing. And when you get to that point, we're going to move to the next point. That's how you have to be the example. You have to show them that it is a better way of living. Like, you got to change your mindset early on in the game. You got to change your mindset from riches to wealth. Yeah, they may stray away and go make some dumb decisions, but when they see that it's wrong, I guarantee you they're gonna come back and be like, I should listen to you, mama. You doggone right. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so you got to understand that it's all about, it's not just about you, it's all about those that's coming behind you, and you want to build those a healthy relationship with money, so that can, pour out into your children, your children's children, and so on and so on and so on. So yes.
Your kids are
So
watching.
you guys, our time is coming to an end. I know we could talk about money all day long, but Latrice's information is going to be on my Facebook site, and it's going to be on my Instagram site, and it's going to be on my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you are all the way wrong and get a no-go at this station. I need you today, right now, go subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Immediately.
All right. So let's thank Latrice for all the great chicken nuggets she have deposited tonight. Latrice, thank you so much
Thank
for being a
you.
part of my platform. I really, really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all the information that you have dropped today. And I just, the most thing that I love, I know that's bad English, but I don't really care. But the most thing I love is how I always tell people that my topics flow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just do what the man tell me to do. He
Mm-hmm.
tell me to talk about this, I talk about this. He tell me to talk about that, I talk about that. And I love how without even, because I tell people all the time when I talk to them prior to my show, hey, look, it's not scripted. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Just be prepared, be open, be honest, and be transparent. But I love how, even with those instructions, when I do series, they flow. They flow. It flows so natural. So I know that I'm being obedient, and I just love that. So yeah, it's just great. It's great. I love being a podcaster. You heard me? Okay. So Latrice, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Hugs and kisses to you. And as soon as I come down there that way, I will definitely come to
No,
see
I'm coming
you.
up your way. I'm coming up
Especially
your
some of my
way.
girls, Lord, I ain't gonna know them no more. Jesus, I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel old when I see them. Ooh, Jesus.
Yes.
So everybody, thank Latrice for all
Thank
the nuggets that
you.
she has deposited, and y'all look for her information.
Yes.
Now let's talk about next week. Next week I won't be here, okay? Sister needs a vacation, okay? I need some white sandy beaches and some blue waters, okay? That's what a sister needs. So we're not going to do a rerun, and we're not going to do a pre-recording. We're not going to do it. Everybody just take a week off and get with Latrice so that they can learn how to trade or find a class about teaching stocks, or whatever you need to do so you can make money for you and build wealth in your life. Because I will be in St. Lucia, okay?
Okay.
I need a vacation. So I am going on vacation with my girls, my mentor, my big sister. She is turning a big 55. And I am so gracious that she is allowing me to go on this vacation with her and her friends. So I'm going down there with her and her friends to keep them entertained. Okay. So we are going to have a fabulous time. She has a great schedule ahead, and I am super duper excited. I'm pretty sure I will be getting on their nerves, but it's okay. I'm gonna get my hair did, girl, because I'm gonna be Puerto Rican. I'm gonna blend in, okay? Like I'm from St. Lucia, okay? I'm gonna blend in, all right? So, but after that, the following week, we will be back talking about something so very important, and that is insurance, medical insurance, and most of all, life insurance. And if you can't afford life insurance, how about you get some of that burial insurance? These things are important, okay? Yeah. So that's what we're going to come back with. I got a buddy that's coming up. We go way back. I'm talking about way, way, way back, like 2 flats, okay? Mr. Marcus Murray is gonna come. He is the insurance guru. I'm gonna try to get my girl Tracy on the line so she can tell you about burial insurance. Tracy can tell you about just about any kind of insurance. She's a real estate agent. She is a serial entrepreneur like myself, but she got me beat. She do like real estate, credit repair, insurance. She do it all, honey. Hear me? And she is living large. She is living a wealthy life, and I love it. I love it. I love it. So look forward to that, and look forward to me having a great time coming back with a nice little tan, y'all, okay? I may keep my hair on long enough for y'all to see what I'm going to look like when I become Puerto Rican, okay? Billy, Billy, Bamba. Billy, 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 Bamba. Cha-cha-cha-cha! Because we all know I love tequila. All right, so having said all that, first giving honor to God and thanking Him for the opportunity to walk in my purpose, to be here and be transparent before America. Okay. I thank God for all my viewers. I have viewers from across the country, and I thank God for that. I just ask that you share subscribe. Let's not be gatekeepers of the information. To my Brass Mill family, phenomenal family. We are like, bro, I tell you, we are family. We definitely have offices open. Dr. Venable has definitely expanded. Like she has listen, she got favor and grace on her, baby. And she has expanded her office suites, and she has 5 suites open. So if you are in the Aberdeen, Belcamp, Edgewood area, and you are looking for a space to, as an entrepreneur, to build your business, please go to my page. You will see the information for Brass Mill Suites, or you can just Google it and it'll come up, and you give them a call. Reasonable prices, healthy atmosphere. Listen, you will not be disappointed. To my podcast manager, my nephew, big ups to him. My Quan, if you're looking for to start your podcast, whether it's video or audio, listen, Quan can make it happen for you, all right? For a small fee, that is. So I just thank God for all of them. I thank God for my family, and most of all, again, you guys. So until after my vacation, smooches, peace out.